Hey, Coaching Success Radio, we have another amazing future success story coming up.
As I build my coaching business, I want to know how to effectively serve clients and make more money doing it. This podcast will pull back the curtain to reveal exactly how successful coaches are building their empires. Join me as I engage with top coaches from all over the world to discover their secrets. No theatrics and no theory, just real life strategy. My name is William Winterton, and this is Coaching Success Radio.
Hey, what's going on, Coaching Success Radio? I am really excited to bring Lindsey Machona to this podcast. She has said some incredible things during our conversation that just kind of made my jaw drop. She's got a beautiful soul and spirit to her. And as she's talking about the struggles that she's gone through, just trying to figure out how to start her business, how to transition from her 9-to-5 into becoming a coach, getting things off the ground, avoiding the shiny objects, things that a lot of us go through when we're first getting our coaching business started. She's sharing this story, and she has so much authenticity just pouring out of her voice and her spirit. It was really a blessing to talk to her, and I'm super excited to share her with you right now. I will say everything she's got to say is great, and it's going to be inspiring and encouraging, but if you don't take anything else away from this podcast, listen to the first 5 minutes of our conversation, and you will pick up on exactly how so many of us feel in the coaching world when we're getting started. I think it probably resonates with pretty much every client I have ever worked with, and she says it so eloquently and so well, and I just really want to bring that out right now and share what she has to say. And today I am speaking to a very special guest. This is Lindsey Machona, and she is a reinvention and mindset coach. Lindsey, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much, William. Thank you for having me on the show today.
I'm so excited that you're here and joining us, and I'm really curious to know, first, if you won't mind, just tell me a little bit about your background and what inspired you to become a coach. I'd love to hear that.
Well, what inspired me to become a coach is my own story and the personal transformation journey that I've been on for the last 5 years. I struggled with feelings of not being worthy and undeserving. I had very low self-esteem. I had trouble with setting healthy boundaries with family, with friends, with colleagues. I felt like a doormat, really, because I could never voice my opinions. I was always scared of offending people, and that I felt if I spoke out my truth, people would leave me, like they wouldn't want to be friends with me anymore. So I kept my truth to myself because I wanted people to like me. And that was a very bad place to be in. Like, you toss and turn in the middle of the night because you feel you should have said something and you didn't because you did not have the courage to speak out. And I was sick and tired of living that way. I wanted something else different. I wanted the freedom to be me without any limitations. And I had to go back to my personal story to work through things, to find out why I was the way I was, and then work from there to becoming this powerful person that I wanted to become. I knew there was something inside of me. I could feel I had something that I had to share with the world, but I was keeping it inside of myself because of the fear, really, of being judged and of being left out, and the fear of offending people. I was actually a very negative person. I always anticipated things going wrong each and every time. And that was just a huge weight on my shoulders. I struggled to go through life that way. When I started out on this journey to discover who I was meant to be, I did not anticipate that I would become a coach. I just wanted this for my own personal development so I could live out my purpose and my dream. But along the journey, I realized that there were so many other women that felt the same way that I felt years ago. And I wanted to do more. I wanted to reach out to them and tell them that there's this huge possibility that is waiting for them if only they can overcome the limitations and step out of their comfort zone and embrace their destiny. So this is how I got into coaching. It was my desire to walk women who are on the same path that I was a few years ago to walk them through this journey to self-discovery, to unlocking their potential and realizing that they're actually meant for more. Everything that is possible for them is out there. If only they could believe that, they could see that, and then step out and embrace it.
You have, in the last 5 minutes, so eloquently put what I think most coaches struggle to verbalize. I think you have said entirely, speaking 100% truth. You're at a place in your life where you're struggling, and it's a horrible, hard, difficult road, and you start to overcome that, and you realize that you're not alone. You're not the only person going through this. So you turn around, look behind you to see the people who are struggling also, and you reach your hand out and you bring them through the path as well, and you make a business out of that. That is entirely what coaching should be. You don't need to be a master at it. You just need to be ahead of the people behind you and help guide them through. And I could not put it any more eloquently than what you just said. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, William. Awesome.
Oh my gosh, that was awesome. I seriously, I would take that whole thing right there and I'd put that on a quote, and then I would just like walk away. That was beautiful. So tell me then a little bit about your process then. So what do you specifically work exclusively with women, or who is your client that you work with?
I work with professional women struggling with fear and self-doubt that is holding them back from stepping into the leadership position that they want to get to. But I also have a few male clients. When I started, I had a message specifically for women, but I've noticed that it was more men that were signing up for my strategy sessions. My first few clients were actually men. And that really shocked me because I wanted to reach out to women initially. So my message is still geared towards women, but I still get some men that are interested in working with me on their confidence and procrastination, and so I do that as well.
What do you find is the best way to market and engage with potential clients?
Right now, it's been within my own network. People that see and hear me on Facebook, and then they reach out. That is how I've been getting clients right now. I don't have a huge marketing plan in place. It's something that I'm working on because I want to get my services out more from now onwards. But everything that's been happening from the speaking, everything's just been happening organically. Event planners have been reaching out and asking me to come and speak at the events. I have not been intentionally going out and looking for speaking engagements. They've just sort of been coming organically. So right now, it's all organic marketing.
That's wonderful. So tell me about the speaking events. What kind of events are these that you're being asked to go to?
These are women empowerment events. So I go and I do workshops. I give 30-minute talks on a topic of interest. And usually it's unlocking your potential and believing in yourself that I share about with these women. So it's basically women empowerment events.
So the men are calling you to get one-on-one coaching, and the women events are the ones that are booking you for the call.
Yes.
I think it's awesome.
Yes,
I just think that's fantastic and incredible. And so you're just your natural ability to kind of talk through that and help people through that is obviously bringing people to you to want to speak on the stage. Do you prefer doing when you coach, you do like a one-on-one session with people? Do you have a group session? How do you like to coach your clients?
I prefer one-on-one, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm working on a group coaching program called Create My Dream Life Now.
Excellent.
So that is still in the works, but right now I have one-on-one clients. I prefer that because then I can get to know a person much deeper. I get to spend more time with them and understand what they're going through versus a group coaching program. It has its benefits.
Sure.
So does one-on-one coaching as well. So right now it's just one-on-one, and I find there's a ton of value in that. And one thing that I've really liked about coaching is that as I coach other people, I'm coaching myself. I also learn a lot about myself, and
Absolutely.
I also learn from my clients as well. And it's a very enriching process that I've just been thoroughly enjoying.
And that's true. You can't help but absorb. It is the synergy that goes on when you work with a client. And you start kind of fixing some of your own stuff. Like, oh, actually, that was really, whatever you just said, like, oh, that was good. I got to keep that for myself. For sure.
Yeah,
And that's certainly a mutual benefit. So tell me then, why did you decide to go, what's prompted you to do a group coaching thing? Is it to reach more people, or?
Yes, absolutely. To reach more people and to create a system, because I've been on a journey and it has taken me years to get to where I am. And I feel there's a shorter process to doing that.
Sure.
These women that I'm coaching don't need to take years to get to where I am. So the group coaching program is based on my desire to reach more women and to shorten their learning curve as well, so that they can get to their result faster.
Excellent. And how are you? So I know there are people who are listening right now who have considered building a program. And I strongly encourage that all my students, that instead of just doing coaching, haphazardly and just one client at a time, I really encourage people to build a program of some sort, even if it's one-on-one, but you market and sell a program. I'm going to take you from here and I'm going to get you to there. So when you do a group program, I know people are interested in creating something like that. How did you, what steps have you taken to kind of get that started? I know it's not done yet, but for somebody listening who's thinking, man, I'd love to start a group program as well. Can you just give some insights that you found just even getting this idea launched to maybe help them out?
I just started with, I am the total sum of my experiences. I know what has worked for me. And so it was from my own personal journey, my own personal story. Everything that I learned, everything that I experienced, and the lessons that I learned from that, I just put that down from step 1 to step 10. What did I go through? What did I read? What did I learn? And then I started building my coaching program from that. So it was from my own personal experiences and from my own personal journey that I created a framework for a group coaching program. But also, I did research with women that are going through the same challenges that I did, and find out exactly the kind of help that they need. And so I brought those two things together. So what was shocking was that there wasn't much difference between the things that I struggled with and the things that my ideal clients were struggling with. So it was very easy to bring those two things together. So it was my own personal story plus the things that, or the results really, that my ideal clients are looking for. And I brought those two things together and started building my group coaching program from that.
Wonderful. And like you said, it's not as intimate as a one-on-one session, which you could always use your group coaching session to use that as a springboard. If anybody wants further coaching, they can always come to you. But this is a great platform. It also built a little bit of a community, right? Because now you can build it a way that the women, a group of 8 or 10 women can have each other to network and community and build that way. So I love it. I think it's fantastic. Like you said before, it wasn't always roses and sunshine getting to this. What have been some of your biggest challenges in getting clients to know about you and to come to you for help?
What I really struggled with in the beginning was the shiny object syndrome. Like I was really excited. I just learned something new. I had all these ideas, and I'm an idealist as well. I'm an ENFJ, and I love helping people. But sometimes if you don't calm yourself down, that can become your curse, right? You want to do this, so you start working on something, and then the following day, another great idea pops up and you start working on it, and all of a sudden you have all these different things going on at the same time. And like they say, if you're chasing 2 rabbits, you catch neither. And that is exactly what happened with me in the beginning. It was the shiny object syndrome that dragged my progress. But I had to sit down and rethink what I was doing and refocus on exactly what I wanted to do. And so that's how I managed to calm my nerves down, pick one niche, pick one idea to work on, get that up and going, and then move on to the next idea. The other thing that I struggled with was balancing between my work, my family, and my business. Because having a 9 to 5 and starting a business and then having young children, it wasn't easy for me. I had to manage my time really, really well. So I started asking for help, because before I always thought, I can do it all. I can make it work. But then I'm not a superwoman. So I got my family involved. I got my husband involved. And I said, I'm not making breakfast on the weekends. Never. I'm not doing laundry anymore. What happened in the beginning was, you know what? If you don't do it, it's not going to get done. And I had that fear that all of these things were going to go undone. But guess what? My family's just stepped in and we're good to go now. They know that I don't do laundry and I don't do breakfast on the weekends. So it's working for me. So asking for help has really helped me refocus my attention on building my business.
Wonderful. Lindsey, that is so true, because we have to start cutting out the things that don't grow our business, don't make us money, don't make us happy, because you'll start doing everything. And you're right. You can let some things go and they will still get done somehow, some way.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
I want to give you an opportunity real quickly. If somebody is listening and they would love to connect with you and maybe get into your membership group when it's finished, what's the best way to reach out to you?
I have a website.
Okay.
It's www.lindseymacmayan.com. So LINDSEYMACMAEN.com, and they can book a free strategy session with me, a personal breakthrough session. I also have a promotion going on right now.
Oh, okay.
For a $37 confidence and freedom accelerator coaching session. And I go into deep mindset work with this one. We look at the 5 principles of success, the 6 layers of you. We look at identity, your environment, how to set goals. We actually set goals in that session and then create an accountability plan in that 1 hour. So it's 1 hour that's jam-packed with valuable information that somebody can walk away with a real plan that they can start acting on.
Fantastic. Well, I'm going to have you send me those, and we'll put those links down in the show notes as well, so people can go ahead and grab onto that, because I definitely want to encourage people to reach out to you. You are clearly know what you're doing, and you have a beautiful soul and heart doing this. So want to encourage that as much as possible. Lindsey, this has been a pleasure. I hope you've enjoyed being here on the show today.
Thank you so much, William. Thank you so much for having me.
Wow, that was awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in and checking us out. New episodes are coming out every few days, including lots of conversations with massively successful coaches sharing their secrets with you. So be sure to subscribe to our podcast and YouTube channel so that you don't miss out. And if you're looking for a way to start making serious money from your coaching, you need to check out my free training. It's at williamwinterton.com. I lay out the step-by-step on how to start making 5 figures a month in the next 60 days. Check it out, williamwinterton.com. I'll see you next time.